Why did language evolve? Some people, like Robin Dunbar, think that language evolved to help build our human society. But others, like Chris Knight, Camilla Power, and Ian Watts, think that you need society before language can emerge. So who's right? Let's look at Dunbar's story. He studied the behavior of lots of different primate species. Many species spend a lot of time grooming, picking out parasites from each other's fur. He looked at the average group size and the average time they spent grooming and found a positive correlation. The larger your group size, the more time you spend grooming. Here's his explanation. The risk of predation is really serious, and so individuals band together to get safety in numbers. But being in a bigger group causes a lot of stress, and things might turn ugly unless you spend time bonding with others in order to form alliances. Grooming is a good way to address both of these problems. However, Dunbar realized that there was a kind of ceiling to this strategy. You can't really spend more than about 20% of your time grooming. You've got other things to do. So your group size is limited. Grooming is limited because you can only bond with one individual at a time. So Dunbar suggests that language evolved as a replacement for grooming. Dunbar calls this use of language gossip, just chatting about social topics. To do the she said, he said kind of chat, we need more sophisticated cognition. And now gossip allows us to bond with more than one individual at a time, so our group size could increase. This formed a feedback loop, with our ancestors getting smarter and living in increasingly bigger groups. By now, we spend about 20% of our time socializing, but we're able to maintain a group of about 150 friends. This is what we call Dunbar's number. Gossiping with someone also has many other benefits. It helps maintain alliances, keep track of changes in our social network, helps advertise your worth as an ally or a mate, to seek advice or to police free riders who might be trying to take advantage of our group. All this Machiavellian scheming created a need for bigger brains to keep track of all this gossip, which led to greater language abilities. However, Dunbar's story has been criticised. Knight, Power and Watts point out that grooming is reliable, but talk is cheap. Being able to gossip also means being able to lie. Why would someone not lie if they could get a benefit? And why would anyone listen if something could be a lie? They suggest that a society of trust needs to be in place before language can evolve. Here's their story. As we became bipedal and our brains grew, we also evolved to have longer childhoods. All of these things meant that females needed to put more energy into raising children, which meant seeking more investment from males. Knight, Power and Watts imagine a group of females forging a coalition. They have two strategies. They go on a sex strike, refusing to mate with males unless they cooperate. And they also create fake signals of fertility. This means that the males can't tell when they are most fertile and have to provide steady provision to ensure that they get a chance to conceive. These fake signals involve pretending to be males, pretending to be a different species, or covering themselves in red dye to simulate menstrual blood. They suggest that this was the first ritual, and it helped build trust and a collaborative fiction inside the group. These aspects allowed language to evolve. Claiming that you're a different species is obviously a lie, but if everyone is loudly proclaiming it, then there must be some kind of truth to it. And for Knight, Power and Watts, language is a kind of collaborative fiction that's built on trust. We're pretending that words stand for real things in the world. Knight, Power and Watts also suggest that the rituals of the female coalition live on in modern cultures. For example, the Ellen bull dance, where females pretend to be bulls. These are essentially roasts of the men in the group and could go on for hours. But rituals are part of many modern groups, from fraternity initiation rites to the bizarre beliefs of secret societies. Participating in a collaborative fiction is a way of building trust, and without it, your words mean nothing. So which theory is right? We can use the SHIELD database to help us find some answers. Here I've loaded both theories in a single causal graph. The full theories are very complex, but we can automatically find the critical disagreement between them. In this case, whether gossip builds alliances. We can then search the database to see if there are any other studies that can help us resolve this disagreement. In fact, I found an experiment where some psychologists tested some undergraduates. They measured whether gossiping with someone for 10 minutes helped improve trust between them. They found that gossip did increase trust in pro-social people, which is good news for Dunbar. However, gossip decreased trust in selfish people. So it seems like you do need some underlying trust before gossip can be effective. In this way, we can use tools like SHIELD to help us think about how to test ideas about language evolution in creative ways.